Hi. So I believe this is a very interesting topic. This is something that's very common, and it it's about how culture defines obscenity and how culture looks at decency. And how do you define decency in culture? For example, if you're coming to class, I mean, I believe you're also aware about the situation that law school faced in case terms of how students were dressing in classes. So, how do you determine what you mean by obscene or decency in the decorum? Suppose you walk in with a bikini to a classroom. Why is those things treated as an indecent behavior? And would that be punishable under the Indian Penal Code? Those are some things um, that we need to look at and how law looks at it and have interpreted the scenario. So this is a very famous poster that was also in question before law about where the movie, those behind the movie was also called before the court regarding their obscene poster that was put up. Now the question before the court was how do you categorize what is decent and what is indecent? That will also take us through the movies that is published or that is broadcasted on Netflix, which has adult content. Though it might have disclaimers of who can be the target audience, does it mean that you can have everything exposed after determining the target audience? So, if that is the case, how do you keep aside pornography? Say, for example, if you're going to say 18 plus or 20 years plus, as the act says, 20 years plus would be the target audience in case of pornography. Why is pornography banned in India? So it's not that I support pornography, but it's something that we need to look in and understand and take it forward. So for this, I will take you through how 292 looks at it. So 292 bans the circulation of books, pamphlets, papers, printing, visual media, representative figures, or anything. So anything would also include sex toys or you have those like say for advertising of sex toys, etc. is what is banned here. Now, for the purpose to deprave and corrupt the target audience. So, it must be for the particular target audience. So, for the if it is likely to deprave and corrupt the target audience, and for the purpose of selling, hiring, distributing, something that is for commercial purpose than for private use. So, personally, if I am in possession of pornography, I probably wouldn't have committed an offense at 292. At the same time, where I am let letting out my pornography for hiring, or I'm giving out on rent for a nominal rate, etc., I would have committed an offense under 292. And so, in for the commercial purpose, such as in case of for the sale, to hire, even if it's for export, import, so cross country, if I'm taking a profit of someone else selling out pornography, or if I advertise, say for example, if I'm advertising a sex toy, so all those would categorize as an offense under 292. For example, I cannot show this particular lecture to a child of say 10 years. All right, so I have to have my target audience specified, and test before the court would be would it corrupt or deprave the mentality of my target audience. And if you remember when they were showcasing the movie Dirty Picture, they would insist on showing the ID cards because it was particularly for students, or no, sorry, not students, for audience who are above the age of 18 and who are able to digest heavy factors. Got it? In those cases is what is said under 292. Now the question is, there are certain exceptions that's given here under where, for example, interest of science, literature, that's very important, literature, art, or learning of a general concern. For example, India produces Kama Sutra. Now, how are you going to not bring, because Kama Sutra is out for sale? So, how are you exempting Kama Sutra from 292? Got it? Or if you have biology text, or you have those books for sex education, or if you have those for the purpose of a literature, which is part of a well written book, how do you exempt them? So, that is where movies or arts come in as an exemption. And also, they have exempted those used for religious purposes. For example, figures before the monuments, temples, etc., are also exempted. The punishment that's given is, that's given here under. And what is particular under 293? what you need to remember is, if any of this is done to a young person who's below 20 years of age, then you have an aggravated form of punishment. So for the offense like this, the age of majority is not 18, but age of majority for 292 and 293 purpose is 20 years. Suppose I'm giving a book, if I'm giving Kama Sutra to someone who's 19 years, I would have committed an offense under 292. Are you with me till here? So that is where 293 talks about, if any of this is given or is exhibited to a person below 20 years of age, then I've committed an aggravated form of punishment, and I would be punished for additional imprisonment. Okay.